Man versus gun.
Hello shooters, thanks for watching. This installment of Man vs. Handgun is the CZ75 Compact. So let's see how it does on the Man vs. Gun spreadsheet. Okay, this is the CZ75 Compact. It's really a clone made by Witness. Well, it's not made, it's made in Italy. It's imported by a company called Witness, EAA. Let's see how much this sucker weighs. Okay, with an empty magazine, it weighs 2 pounds and 3 ounces. We'll round it down, 2 pounds, 0.3 ounces. So let's bring our Glock 17 out here. 2 pounds, 3 ounces, what we're looking for. So the unloaded CZ75 Compact. So the unloaded CZ75 Compact weighs the same as a Glock 17 plus 28 rounds of ammo. 28 rounds. Glock 17 plus 28 rounds equals the same weight as a CZ75 Compact unloaded. Width on the CZ75 Compact is 1.400. Widest point is the safety and also the magazine release there, magazine catch. So this is a good service-sized handgun. It's heavy, so it's, you know, that's one of the downfalls. It's also a good concealed carry firearm, but it is heavy. That's, you know, just the way it is. One thing that's notable about the CZ75 design is that the slide rides inside the frame. See how the frame comes up over the top and the right here. The slide rides inside the frame. A Glock, everybody else, the slide wraps around the frame. On the CZ75 series, the slide rides inside the frame. They say that it increases accuracy. I'm not sure. Most handguns are more accurate than the user is. The receiver's all steel, and that's why it's so dang heavy. But it does have a really good feel to it. So even though it's all steel, it got a couple point upgrade because it just feels really, really good in the hand. Most people that pick up a CZ75, they comment of how good it feels in the hand. The back strap, so the back strap is a really good design. It has a nice beaver tail there to stop hammer bite. Hammer bite is, see that, if you got really beefy hands, I don't have really beefy hands, but some guys that have really beefy hands, their skin can come up and this hammer will come back and pinch it unless there's a beaver tail there. So that's a really good design on the back strap. But it's non-adjustable because it is steel. The side panels are what they are here. They feel good, so they got a 3 on that, and you can get different side panels here. So I got a couple point upgrade for having the ability to get different side panels. Trigger pull, single action trigger pull on this is pretty nice. It's right at 5 pounds. There's, you know, there is some take up. Then you hit the wall, but once you hit the wall, you just keep adding pressure, and it goes. There's no real creep after you hit the wall. Single action pull is not so good. It stacks pretty heavily. Stacking mean as you pull, it gets harder and harder and harder. It is kind of gritty. And it's about 14 pounds. It's pretty stiff. The good news is about the CZ75 design is you don't have to use the dang double action pull. You can carry it like a 1911 or Browning high power with the safety on and the hammer cocked. So all you got to do to operate the handgun, you pull it from your holster, take the safety off. It's in a real good spot, and then apply about, you know, it's about a 5 pound trigger pull single action, but it's a nice trigger pull. And it does have 2 different trigger pulls, so typically that would get a downgrade, but since you do have the ability to carry it cocked and locked, I gave it the upgrade to just like a Glock or a Smith & Wesson M&P or something. So you carry it like this, and it does have the exact same trigger pull every time. That's what we're looking for. The magazine well is somewhat flared, not super flared, but it is somewhat, so it got a 3 there. Magazine is a good design. It's steel. They're made in Italy by a company called Mekar. They're great at making magazines. It does have a little bit of that back play after you push it in. That's a good thing. The base plate is one-handed manipulation friendly, so if you do have to take the magazine out one-handed, you can put that against your belt buckle or your holster, or your shoes, or the side of a door jamb, or the steering wheel, or anything like that. Magazine released in a great location, like almost all handguns we're going to review. It's right here behind the trigger guard. It is a little bit checkered, but it is only on one side. It's not mirror image. The safety's in a fantastic location. It's up here where it belongs. Any safety that's on a handgun, it either belongs right here on the frame or in the trigger, or both. So it gets high marks for design and also high marks for location, but it is only on one side. You can get them on both sides, but this particular specimen only has them on one side, so it gets a downgrade for not having that safety on both sides. The slide catch is a good design. It sticks out far enough to where you can manipulate it easily. It's in a great location, but it is not mirror image. It's only on one side. The workaround is you can use your left-hand trigger finger to drop the slide if you need to, or you can just come over the top. Since we're talking about come over the top, that is one downfall that I do not like about the CZ design, in the respects that the slide rides inside the frame. It's not as easy to grasp. When you come over here to manipulate the slide, there's not as much slide there to hang on to, because there's a portion of it that's hidden in the frame here. So it's not as easy to grasp as it is the more conventional design. The rear sight gets a really high mark because it's a nice rear sight, and it sticks up nice, so you can manipulate it one-handed by putting that against your belt buckle or a belt or a holster or a door jamb or a steering wheel or something. The front sight, it's a good design, but I wished it was dovetailed. It's part of the slide. I wished it was dovetailed so you could switch out the front sight for something else if you wanted, like the rear sight is, but it's not, so it gets a little bit of a downgrade there. There is no light rail on this particular specimen, and this one is not optics compatible. Overall, pretty good handgun, just heavy. Good size, just heavy. So let's take this out to the range and put some rounds through it.
Polymer frame handguns soak up recoil by the flexing of the frame. If you don't have a polymer framed handgun, then a steel frame handgun that has some heft to it will soak up recoil. And since this is a heavy little puppy for its size, it does soak up the recoil, so it's a pleasant gun to shoot. It's not bad at all for its size.
Okay, shooters, CZ75 compact. Well, it's a clone, as we mentioned in the spreadsheet. Great little handgun. I love the way CZ75s feel in the hand. They're a little bit heavy these days compared to other offerings, and there are some polymer framed CZ75s and clones, but some of them have kind of spotty reputation. The all steel CZ75 compacts I've known to be very reliable. So thank you for watching. I appreciate the shares, likes, and subscribes. Any questions or comments, please post them below. And as always, until next time, have a great day.